Decoding Dayton, Season 2. Here we go. What's it all going to be about? Well, pretty sweet stuff. We've been talking about Mendelssohn's Fire Blocks District, real exciting things happening. And so I want to hear what John Gower has to say about it all. He told me to meet him. He gave me his keys. I think he doubles as a janitor. There's a lot of keys there. But we're going to go to the underground studio of all things, his man cave, and we're going to check it out, get the facts on these places, and get something going here. Get the lowdown down here. Hey, there he is.
Yeah, well, I've been waiting 3 months for you to show up for today.
Well, better late than never.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And all I've done is shave.
That's
in
it.
the last 3 months, yeah.
I love what you've done with the place. Still looking fantastic.
I haven't changed a thing down here in 3 months. So where are you headed today?
I'm headed to the Fire Blocks District.
Are you? We're going to run through a couple of these quickly here. So
Okay.
here's the airplane view of Dayton before the flood.
And this is like a postcard?
Yeah, it's like a postcard. So this happens to be a photograph looking up 4th Street before the flood. And this little building here on the right is the Price Stores building. And that Richardsonian Romanesque building is what lies beneath that aluminum. Here you can see one of the Fire Blocks buildings under construction. So this has got to be 1917, 1918. Wow. Here's the Kimmel building, which was rebuilt after the fire. That's completed here.
Right. And then right across the street from that, catty corner, is the library.
Yes, the library was actually set back on the park.
Well, I'm going to go get the lowdown. And
All right.
I'll report.
Okay, don't talk to any strangers between here and there.
Do not pass go. Go directly
Go
to
directly
FPD.
to the Fire Blocks.
Okay.
All right.
So, John Gower sent me off on my own. So we're going to get into the Fire Blocks District today. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I love what these guys are doing. We're going to meet with a guy named Jeremy Kittredge, and he's a character in and of himself, like a lot of these Fire Blocks District guys. We're going to talk with Jeremy, find out what's going on with his group, the Idea Collective, and the Fire Blocks. Let me in! There he is. This is great. Jeremy.
Hey, Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, welcome to the Elks Building.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks a
in.
lot. Yeah. So how many buildings are there in the project?
There are, in the Fire Blocks District, which is the development we're focused on right now, there are 9 buildings that we control and 11 total parcels. So 9 buildings and 2 surface lots.
Okay.
But the project as a whole will be 11 total builds. So 9 things are historically readapted, and then we're going to add some new structures in between.
So where should we go? Penthouse, basement?
Both are exciting. We can go up or down. Why don't we start down?
Okay, let's
All
do
right.
it. So this is it, the basement. We love basements on this show.
Yes, this is the basement. One of many. Every building in this district has a basement.
Okay.
A historical basement.
And when was this built again?
This building was built, it started in 1915, it was completed in 1916.
Okay.
So it was in the middle of the redevelopment of this district. So
Okay.
the flood and the fire in 1913.
Yeah.
And this building started in 1915, took a year to build.
So it seems like it's kind of creepy down here.
All of the buildings in this district, and we're not standing in one yet, but the basements, the original basements, went out under the sidewalks.
Okay.
This area was powered by steam. The
All right.
steam distribution plant is on 4th.
All right.
And so there are vaults underneath all the sidewalks. So if you're walking over a sidewalk in the Fire Blocks District, and honestly in a lot of areas of downtown Dayton, you're walking on the ceiling of old basements.
Yeah,
They're
it's
made-
so
they're
cool.
made out of stone.
And then sometimes
Right.
they have the little glass that
They
you
do.
can see.
Yeah, you have a skylight that would go down.
Yeah.
It would let light come in. This part of the basement didn't look like this. It was still from somewhere in the late 60s, early 70s. It was furred out.
Okay.
So it had, low, you couldn't have stood in here.
Right.
It had low drop ceilings. You can see where the sprinkler line is. And there were variations of office space.
Okay.
Or mechanical space, or people that manage the building, and they were down here.
All right.
And as you go through, you'll see in this building these columns right here. So these guys run the gamut as they go around, and you can notice through, this is an original hole we discovered whenever we were cleaning up the first floor.
Frankenstein is a perfect comment. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
This is spooky. I
Yeah.
love it. This is perfect.
So these are the original steam vaults.
Okay.
And they're also the original areas in these buildings where you would have had a loading bay, which is right behind you, one of the ones I'm going to show you.
All right.
But this area is pre-flood and pre-fire.
Wow.
So this stone masonry existed at the time that whenever this site was originally developed,
Okay.
this was made. right?
Wow.
And when they rebuilt the buildings, if it was still structurally sound, like these guys were, they maintained them. So this area exists between every second bay. And you can see up, these are the areas where the basement loading vaults and sleds were. And then as we move over here into the oldest existing part of the basement, we'll be below Century Bar. We are under Century Bar. And this is, so when we acquired the building, we could do some stabilization, we could do some cleaning up, but because it's historic and we're going through a historic process, there was a limited amount that we were allowed to do until that finished.
Okay.
We had to stop before we got over here because it's an active tenant. So now you're seeing a basement bay that the other 4 looked like when we acquired the building, right? And we were able to kind of clean them up and at least make them, you know, usable. But this is the way that the building has existed for a while.
So
And
I guess I got to get more
yeah.
spooky. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Halloween. Look at this stuff. I'd love to know what this room is. So this is limestone, obviously.
Yes.
And this is from our river system, I imagine. And this is amazing. So this is 1800s.
Very old.
Yeah.
In relationship to United States old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this
it's
is
interesting where you see some of these little wood shivs that have gone in to stabilize it over time.
Oh wow, what floor is this?
We're on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
We're on the 2nd of 5 original floors in the building.
All right.
And when we acquired the building, when we were starting to go through the historic process, the tenants on the 2nd and 3rd floor had already vacated. So we were able to come in and start to stabilize and clean up and get an idea of what the floor plates and the structure in the building actually look like historically.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine looking around, you're seeing, so 3rd Street's to our right, Jefferson right in front of us, and then that's the edge wall of the building, which is lined up directly with the original DP&L building, which is next door.
But here we are in the penthouse.
Yeah.
So fun up here. It looks like some natural lighting up here.
There is. So we're
spread out.
transitioning from the historical building into a newer structure.
Okay.
So the traditional building, actually you're standing about 3 feet above the original building rooftop right now.
All right.
When the penthouse was added to this building in the early 60s, it was built to be a residential penthouse for Dave Hall, the mayor.
Rooftops. So this is like an atrium?
Like a solarium, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a sunroom.
Well, this whole episode's been kind of hot.
It is.
But this is beautiful. This
it's
view
fantastic.
is fantastic.
Yeah. You get a great vantage point of all of downtown. We're almost literally in the center of downtown.
Well, I want to understand better. I know a little bit. I mean, you and I are friends, but there's a lot I still don't understand, you know? So you're with the IC, the Idea Collective.
The Idea Collective.
And there's also, obviously, the Fireblocks District.
That's right.
But you two are hand in hand. Help me understand a little bit better what the Idea Collective is, how you fit in.
Sure. The Idea Collective is a multidisciplinary concept development and design firm, which is a mouthful way of saying we can take concepts from the ideation phase all the way through to completion.
A to Z.
A to Z. Our role in this, we were brought in by the development company and the owners of these buildings to kind of oversee and help to guide what that vision was. And so we play a lot of parts in what those details are, and we also play a big part in assembling the rest of the team. And who are those people and how do they work and how do we pull this thing off? So
fantastic. This is great. Now, we've spent a lot of time here, and I love this building, but there's more.
A lot.
So what are we going to go see next? We're going to cross the street?
Let's cross the street. Let's go see the Huffman Building, which is one of the larger properties in the FBD as a freestanding property.
Okay.
And take a look at it.
Lots of ins and outs there, I bet.
It's a maze right now.
I can't wait. Good, let's go.
All right.